joking, but it doesn't make a difference. I'm here today at the American Roll in Manhattan. I'm actually at Tiffany's. What's going on here tonight is for St.Jude Children's Hospital. And in fact, we're going to meet some of the people involved here. Actually, with Morrison.
You can say Ashley.
Morrison is okay.
Yeah, it was my maiden name. I don't really go by it.
You've been so involved in finance. How did you get started?
Well, I actually started out with a career in finance. I was a Series 6 and 63 financial planner for Prudential Preferred Financial Services at Research Triangle Park, and I specialized in estate tax planning. And I did that for a while, and then I was actually in a bank for a while after that. And I decided that it wasn't for me. I always had an interest in the economy and finance, but it wasn't the right fit. So then I decided to go to broadcast journalism, and I was in Boston. And
North Carolina, too.
Yes, I was in North Carolina. I went to NC State, actually, on a full ride for tennis. So I was an athlete. I wasn't really focused exactly on what I wanted to do after college. So that's why I went into finance, got my licensing, and then I decided to go into journalism. Kind of worked my way around the country at different stations. Ended up here in New York, being the financial capital of the world. I thought, why not try? Yeah, both talents. So I went to Bloomberg, and I was at Bloomberg TV, and then I went to CBS. So it was a nice fit.
And then now you're today in Florida,
Right.
How come our if they're not here? Tell them.
Exactly. Well, if you're not down in South Florida, I am on WSVN. You can go to WSVN.com, or you can download the mobile app and you can see me there. I anchor the Saturday morning show from 7 to 10 a.m. and it is called Today in Florida. And also, I do the entertainment show during the week called Deco Drive, and then sometimes during the week I also do news. So, it was a surprise. Yeah, Steven Soderbergh actually contacted my agent and asked if I would be interested in doing this movie. And at first I said, no, I'm not an actress. No, I do not want to be in a movie. And yeah, I was like, I'm not an actress. I'm not interested. And my agent's like, oh, you are doing this. So, of course, I went ahead and I was in the movie. It ended up being a lot of fun. And
bitter pill.
yeah, no, then they changed it to side effects. They changed it when it came to side effects. Yeah, so when it came out, it was finally called Side Effects at the end. It was a lot of fun. I got to chase Jude all around all over the streets, screaming at him for about 2 hours because I have to do different cuts and takeaways, and it was good.
So it's a great experience. But now you're here tonight for a very special voice. I know that you are going to go to Memphis with both Chris and your daddy. So tell me what happened because this is wonderful.
Right, well, I got involved in St.Jude through Big Daddy, and he's, obviously was instrumental in all of this. And through our friendship, that's how I became involved, and I really enjoy it. And actually, Rich and I right now are trying to put something together down in Miami with St. Jude down there. We're in the process of doing that. It feels so good to give back, and I think I actually get more out of it than I actually did.
I know you have a young child and have grandchildren, right? And we always want the best for your kids. I want them to feel great. And this is an amazing charity that actually they're funding $2 million and serving 260 children.
It's amazing.
A nonprofit that people have been talking about for years, started purchasing Thompson.
Right.
And now more on Thompson. These books are not really
Yes.
and it's all over till it's over.
Right, exactly.
Well, I want to try tennis with you. Out to the island, first time, my show, because it's so much more than the privilege. And she did mention that she was on a tennis scholarship. That's what we're going to have to do. What do you say, Ashley?
Well, it was absolutely. I would love to. Certainly a lot of fun, and I'm glad that you're out here because of it too. It's great, and as a mother, and as you as a grandmother, that puts things in perspective when your own children, grandchildren are well, and it puts everything else in life. Whether you're having other kind of problems, you see somebody who has a sick child, you realize you really don't have any problems as your child is healthy.
And the other aspect I do want to mention, because I want you to contribute to this too, is that they take care of transportation, the treatment, and one of the for children. That's possible.
It really is amazing. Thank you for speaking with me. I appreciate it.
We have Salgado, Big Daddy. Yes? I don't want to say insurance, because you are so much more than that. And I want to make sure people know
sees the big sexy picture, which is all the athletes and celebrities and all that, but we're a lot more than that. That isn't just a small piece of it. You know, my pizza guy, my mailman, I have clients from all different, you know, denominations, designations, jobs, everything. Sure.
Make a difference with Carol.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think that's very significant. Let me go back to me like that. It's so funny. The life store for me or John, you don't really have it. And I think
that was probably the hardest thing I'd ever done. You know, it was my best friend's father who I basically played wet nurse for because I bathed him, I stretched him, I dressed him, and to get him out of the house, I would have to physically pick him up because he was a big man and put him in the car. And I did that for about a 6 to 8 week period, and it almost killed me because it was starting to see someone that I care about go from being on top of the mountain to be crumbled down to nothing, and then, you know, he passed away. Listen, at the end of the day, I've been very fortunate and blessed. You know what? I'm a big believer in relationships. You know, when everybody says, oh, you know this one, you know that one, and I said, the reason why is because when I say I'm going to do someone, I do. I don't overpromise, I don't overcommit. It's black or it's white. It's red. Yeah. We want to go down and visit the hospital. I was fortunate to be there last year, my first time, and I became friends with one of the patients. So we've decided that we're going to fly him if he's able to come up, God willing to be cleared, and he's going to be the ambassador of our message. He'll be at Ohika Castle, June 22nd. Yeah. And
do you play golf?
I don't. You know what? I've got 2 golf memberships, and I think I just paid the monthly bill. I don't. I'm going to try to play a little bit.
Only when he makes me play. Yeah.
So, yeah, and the one thing it's again, when we talk about loyalty, I love having it at Ohika because it's a castle. You're able to house people, and it's the greatest place in the world. So where else would we get a better venue than that? You know, if we decide to go to a second golf course, which I don't want to because it takes away a little bit. You know, and some people are like, well, how come I can't play that course and I got to play that one? So I'd rather just stick to the one and let's accomplish our goal.
St.Jude Hospital is the same
Yeah, I went down there. I didn't know what to expect when I went, and then all of a sudden you go in and you're like, wow, it's like a Ritz-Carlton hospital. And they go out of their way to make sure that every kid receives care, and it doesn't cost the families a nickel.
I believe that's true. I think especially when you're in some situations where you see what these families are going through, it's really things in perspective in your own life. If you're going through some struggles, you see somebody who's in store, sick, and you have a child, and your child's having, you realize you really don't have any problem. Everything else you just work through it and get through it.
Well, I know that some of the charities involved with such that
His literacy foundation. Well, Justin, since he's no longer playing here, what happened was, our time constraints, we've decided to just focus on one thing, and that's just going to be safety. Because you can't, you'd be all over the place. You know? And this is getting such a bigger and bigger deal. This is enough